Hello everyone, this is Polygon Wizard. It's been a while since I've made a video, and I wanted to show you guys what I've been up to since I've been building in Minecraft, but I haven't been doing my single player as much. I've been doing a bunch of multiplayer things, and this is one of the servers I've been playing on with some of my friends. So we've made a little village started up on here. This is the Minedlands PVE server, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of tour around and show you what we kind of built so far. Alright, we're going to start our tour inside the first house / building we made here on the server, me and some friends from Kompany 008. This is our community storage facility. I'm inside while it's night out. It's actually not too bad here now that we've built stuff up, but at first it was like, quite a bit of mobs, although this server's a little bit funky with mobs. Sometimes they have a ton of them, sometimes there's not so many. And it doesn't really seem to matter how many people are on at the time. Sometimes there's a lot of people, and sometimes there's not a lot of people, and the mobs don't really seem to correlate. But anyway, regardless, this is our little area of the server. We wandered off from spawn. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, away from where most of the people play, so we can kind of build our own thing. So what you'll notice is we got lots of chests, but also the textures are different. This is a server texture that Minedlands has on. It's mostly John Smith with a mix of a few other things. What I like about it is the inventory, most of the things look like vanilla, so you know what they are. Some things like wood are different, but most things like tools are can't speak today, are the same as what vanilla is, so you're not trying to figure out, wait, is this what it is, or is this a shovel, is it a sword, whatever's going on, I don't know. What is this block I picked up? You don't have to worry about that on here, which is nice. I like that. I really like how the ender chest looks in this pack too. I believe that's the John Smith one. Let me jump upstairs really quick, show you we've got a bunch of chests up here too. Mostly empty, and a brewing stand. Forgot we had that up there. It's been a while. So let's look at the outside. I believe Mark X 1984 is the person who built this house, but I am not for sure, because I was not on when it was built. We had pretty much nothing here when I came over here. I logged out, and then when I came back, boom, we had a storage facility. So it was pretty nice to see. And get you a look at it. Got an emerald up there, making it all fancy-pantsy. So that's kind of the first thing that we had on here. And then later we built up some other things and added these cobble and gravel paths everywhere. We got a few animals in a pen. We even got some mushroom cows, moo cow, whatever the heck those are called, but yes, those guys. Somebody brought those over recently as the sun rises over the jungle. We're going to go over the bridge here to my house really quick, show you that off, because that was one of the next things built on the server, definitely the first thing I built on here. So this is Polygon Wizard's house, and my dog, Moon. He's not the smartest, but, he's loyal, so he just sits here until I want, to go wandering around with him. This is my fountain I built. And this fishing pond, the little fishing shack there is another of the first things that was up on the server. I use it quite a bit, because I actually have been using fish for food, because I get a lot of XP and a lot of treasure and things from fishing. Pretty good for when you're starting out. Now that we're a little more established, I haven't done as much fishing. But early on, man, fishing's awesome. So the inside of my house, oops, not too pretty yet. I've got a little bit down here, and I've got the beginnings of an enchanting station up top. Got my balcony up here with a couple chairs. Nice view of the pond, and my neighbor up there, which we'll get to in a minute. But mostly, I have my storage in the basement. It's getting way crowded now, you can tell. I've got some of them labeled, some of them not. I didn't have much leather. I have one now. One left over. I've got my smelting station that I sometimes use when I'm just cranking through stuff and don't need the XP. This server doesn't really have an easy way of getting XP. There's no end farm that we know of anyway. And even if there was, it might be a pain in the ass to get to. So we're just sticking around here using normal means of getting XP like mining and killing mobs, and it's been fun. It's a little bit different than playing on some of the more established stuff like my LP world that I do. So I got hoppers in the front, back, the back, the top, and underneath, so it all feeds stuff in. You can put, you know, stuff in top to smelt, in the back it's all full of coal, so it all works nice and feeds into this chest here. As you can see, I've got my shiny things in that one. I've got tools, refined stone, treasure type stuff, including a few saddles, and wood, stone in here, all sorts of random stuff. Alright. Enough looking at chests. That's boring. We don't like that stuff. Off that way, quite a ways, I found a skeleton spawner that we made into a grinder so we can get arrows and such. Yes, do not chop this beautiful tree. There's a plugin on this server that when you chop wood, it falls like gravel or sand, which is kind of nice for not having floating trees in the sky, little floating bushes, but it's also a little annoying if you have big tree that you want to customize, you want to chop the bottom out and change the trunk. It all falls down, so you can't chop the trunk out. You can kind of add to it like I've done on that one a little bit, but that's about it. Alright, up here is something I built for Double Tap, also known as Aggie CGA is his Minecraft name, but Double Tap, so that's why this is DT. He needs to move his horse over into the building over there in a second we're going to visit. But he wanted a campsite because he's more of a nomad. He doesn't build too much. He does some things in the past on other servers we played on. Smokey the Bear says, always practice fire safety. That's not really his slogan, but hey, why not? Okay, enough of that. Just a little bit of a campsite. Built him a tent, built him a wood pile, some place to dry his clothes. He built the pen for his horse. Before we had this next building that I put up. Well, I didn't build this next, but it's still actually the last thing I built, but so we're going to look at next. Up here next to our nether portal is some stables, and I built it to look kind of like the community storage building, so it would fit in. And this is, you know, our stables. Double Tap can move in here, but so far we've got Mark X 1984 has got his noble steed Galahad. We have my horse, which, oh come on, you're too far back, is named Slutty Bartfast. Yes, I'll let that sink in. Slutty Bartfast. If you don't know where that comes from, it comes from a character name from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So we've got Pups Ponies in here, Puppy, which he is actually on right now. Insanity is his Minecraft name. So as you can see, there's a few people on here. There's always quite a few. This is actually the least I've seen on the server in a little while. But I've turned the chat on for chat off for purposes of this video, because otherwise it would take up most of the screen for most of the time, because some of the people on here are quite chatty. Talking all the time. There's lots of kids that play on this server. There's a few groups of friends that I've noticed of kids that play. There's a few older people as well, people from all sorts of different time zones. Right here is Mort 1984's start of his house. His laptop died on him right in the middle of when he started this, so it's kind of a big hallway and some stairs back here that leads up into a cobble chute that was going to be the base of the actual visible part of his house, and probably a bit steampunk style, knowing Mort, so I hope he gets his computer situation sorted soon, because he loves his Minecraft. I know he's missing it, so hopefully he gets a little bit of a fix from this video. Let's see, Mark X 1984's house is up there. We'll visit in a second. Mort and Mark are different people. They also have 1984 in their name, so it's could be confusing if I say it poorly, but this is Mark, and that was Mort, M-O-R-T. In here, we had a cave, and I built some sort of like interior for like a mine entrance, and then Mark built this lovely, awesome bridge. Like, this is one of the coolest bridges I've ever seen. I love it. So in here we have this kind of mine entrance. Down here there's, I believe it's zombie grinder. I actually have never gone down there. Crazy. We have down that way is the actual abandoned mine shaft, like generated ones, like a big huge system. So that's why I put that sign down there. We didn't really do tons of mining, but it looks cool, so that's what we've got. I use these furnaces quite a bit if I want to get the XP after I've done a big mining session. Oh yes, protest over, the snow golem is now working. I had made a snow golem on the server in here for the purposes of harvesting snow, because we wanted to use it for building. And it wasn't working. There was something weird with the plugin on the server, and so I'd put up about 4, 5, 6 signs in here about a snow golem protest, and now they're all gone. And then snow golem works again, so I put this in here. Free snow chests. There's actually 2 now. I spent a ton of time filling these up, so we've got lots of snow blocks. Woohoo! The rest of these are pretty much empty. Oh, so I should put some rail in there. Right? Nice. And then a few tools and random stuff. But otherwise, this is just for show. It's pretty. So up there, well, there's a half-finished project by Mark up there, but this is Mark's house. And then we'll keep going down the road. We're going to walk, although most of the time if I'm going to go this most distance, I'd be on my horse. But I don't want to backtrack, so we're going to go this way. Mark is another person like me who loves to build things in Minecraft. And you can tell he's quite talented at it. At least I think so. He's got a cool pathway up to his medieval house here with the cool little, I don't know, I think it's Viking thing is what I think about it when I look at that. Some sort of, I'm not sure, horn, or I don't know. Maybe he has a specific idea. Maybe he just wanted to make a cool shape, but it makes me think of sort of a medieval Viking style looking house. He's got all his chests. A brewing stand down there. Ooh. Some other storage in a crafting little area, and a ladder up to the rest of his house. I think he's got a really awesome view up here. You see a little bit of where we're going next down there. You see my house and community in the stables over there. Community storage, little fishing hut. Hills over here. Down there's the mines we just came from, so you get a nice view from Mark's house up here. He's got a little spiral stair up to the top that I have not seen yet. Still kind of empty. Still working on the interior, just like mine. I've been doing a bunch of stuff outside and building stuff for people. So, I built that house or not house, camping area for DET, double tap. Little patio out here. Something. Let's not jump off that. And over here, he's starting this tower thing, which he's told me is going to be a windmill. It's going to be a pretty big windmill, man. This thing is huge already, so I can't wait to see him finish it. It might be a while, who knows. We're getting distracted by other things, which I believe I will be doing in another video. At least I want to. If you're not aware of the Attack of the BT mod pack, look forward to seeing some of that on my channel, because it's kind of good. It's a mod pack that, if you're familiar with the Technic guys who've done Tekkit and Feed the Beast and stuff like that, it's a lot different. It's put out through them, so you can get it through their launcher, but it's a lot different than the other ones. It's more like, let's have fun with a ton of these mods in here, and there's tons of goofy ones, and there's some that are awesome for building, all sorts of crazy stuff. So let's follow this road I built down here to this house I made, Puppy, that I mentioned, which I don't know what he's doing. He's doing something down here. Probably down in his caves. He likes building underground, and he doesn't do houses quite as much. I mean, he can. He's done some pretty good, cool stuff in the past. Oh, I like my light post. But he's added some snow out here since I've been here. Nice, because I ran out of snow. See, we had to go find a taiga to harvest it from, so it was so slow going. So he asked me to build him a house, so I did it. This is what it looks like in the server texture. He plays in vanilla, though, so I'm going to switch here in a second to show you what that looks like. Which is what I designed it in for him, but I still think it looks pretty cool here. It's more colorful and a little bit less cold looking. Okay, yeah, I changed it. I have to turn off the server textures and stuff. So We'll show you inside here real quick, a little bit, just the interior, because I did do some stuff in there, and then I will switch it and restart the video, because you have to log off and log back on. And he's got a horse in his house. That's great. And other animals. Puppy's a goofy dude. So we've got, you know, carpeting down in here, and this looks better in vanilla's paintings. A little bed. Nothing too fancy in here. We've got some skylight out of ice. And then we've got, I believe this is cyan glass. It's the same as vanilla. And then down here goes to a mine shaft hole that he already had built before I did the house. So I'm going to go relog so I can switch the texture packs, and I will be back with you shortly. Okay, I've switched the textures off, so it's just vanilla now. And as you can see, it's very gray heavy on this house. So we use the cyan clay as much more gray in vanilla than it is in the sort of John Smith and server textures that are on here. So it's a lot more cold looking. Ah, here comes the welcoming committee. This is dangerous at night. See? A little unpredictable. We'll do a little bit of zombie fighting. And I'll quickly run through and show you some of the other areas in vanilla, just real fast. Yeah, that's right. You can't match my Bane of Arthropods sword. Even though you're not actually getting hurt by it, I can still smack you with this diamond sword and you die. Alright, I believe it's just that. Oh, unbreaking on it too, that's nice. That's why I keep using it, so my tools don't break. When you don't have access to repairing them easily, with levels mostly, then you really, really like the unbreaking enchant. So there's Mark's house. It still looks awesome in vanilla. And my house over there, it's a little brighter in vanilla because the acacia wood isn't the bright orange now, but I like it. I was using all the different wood types because I didn't have much resources at the beginning, but we planted a bunch of trees. And so that's why I have a ton of trees around mine. There was nothing here, and so I planted some trees to chop them down, and now I kind of keep them as a field. So we've got birch and a few oak in the front. We've got oak, or just said that I got spruce, back there. We've got acacia, I've got dark oak, like this over by my house. The only thing is I don't really have his jungle over there. And this is kind of the main area again. The main house, you can see a lot closer. I did do a different... Oh wait, no, the roof is the same. I forgot. He did have the... This is dark oak and spruce next to each other, so you could just see dark oak, since they added that to the game, is so much darker. You used to think spruce was so dark, but man, it's awesome. I love it. Dark oak is a great wood type, and I am also of the opinion that the acacia wood here is also a great wood type. So that's why my roof is made out of it over there. Couldn't see it because of all the trees. Like, none of these trees were here. We have definitely terraformed quite a bit. Like right here where the stables was actually a hill that I knocked down. So as you can see, it still looks pretty cool in vanilla. Alright, so that right now is kind of where things stand on Minedlands. I'm going to be showing you a couple other things I've been playing on other servers as well. One of those is the XPD creative server, and then one of those is one that Double Tap here that I showed you his campsite. He rented one for a month for us to play Attack of the B Team, so I'm going to show you some of that stuff as well soon, hopefully. As long as I get time to record, guys, that's the big thing that's been getting in my way. But today I had a snow day, so I'm going to try and get some stuff done. Share things with you guys. So anyway, that's my tour of our little corner of the Minedlands PVE server, and I'll see you next time.